Hello again, long time no see. Earlier on this afternoon, an FA Cup final special went live, earlier than the usual 3 PM midweek slot. So if you missed that video, check the channel page for it, check your sub box for it, and you'll be able to see us take on Burnley in the FA Cup. We've split the two cup finals this year as we found ourselves in the Europa League final and FA Cup final for the second season in a row. I won't spoil the result of the FA Cup just yet. It will probably happen at some point during the episode though, so make sure you watch that video first. We will be taking on Manchester City in this Europa League final. It's an all-English tie, and as I mentioned in today's earlier video, as it was the rotated 11 that we simmed all of the games with in this competition and got us to the final, I'm giving them the game here. It wouldn't be fair to take the entire 11 out and let all of the 11 players that got us to the final not play now. I'm not that harsh of a manager. Unfortunately, Jamie Shackleton is injured as per yesterday's episode, so Joel Morris will start. And at the end of the FA Cup final special, we gave Jared Bowen the captain's armband for this game. So should we win this tie, it will be Jared Bowen that lifts this trophy for the team. The man that in this 11 has been with us the longest and provided us with the most important moments during that time. It's Manchester City in the Europa League final then. An all-English affair. City have performed very, very well against us in the past. It's at the Stadion Dortmund, BVB Stadion Dortmund, or the Westfalen Stadion as it is originally, I think. I'm not sure what it's called these days. Maybe Stadion Dortmund, but I think it's got a different name. I'm not sure. You guys will let me know in the comment section, of course. But City are probably the side of all of the big teams in England that tend not to underperform. Other than that one occasion where Man United destroyed me in the league. I can't remember whether it was this year or last year. It might have been this year. Other than that one occasion, City have been the one side that always perform. So we'll see if they perform here. And let's go and see what their starting lineup looks like. Right then, for Manchester City, Ederson, Koulibaly, Diop, Lukaku, Angelino, Dominguez, Aouar, Silva, Sané, Rodri, and Cancelo. It's a very strong 11. Very strong 11. I didn't actually glance to see who they had on their bench. We shall wait and see in due course. I imagine Neymar's on there. And he's been scoring goals in the Premier League this season at a fairly regular pace. But Leroy Sané is definitely their best option on the left-hand side. And to be fair, before Neymar's arrival, Sané was second option on that left-hand side. But this season, they've played him over the Brazilian, who's probably gone down in rating, to be fair, by this point in a save. But we're looking to start this game the more positive thinking. And Tyler Adams could get that to Joel Morris. Still. And young Joel draws a save out of Ederson in the opening 5 minutes, but isn't able to find a way past him. Again, without cheating and skipping to the end, let me know your expectations for the scoreline in the comment section down below. I got my scoreline prediction for the FA Cup final bang on. So, if you haven't seen that video yet, then that's just spoiled the result for you. But in this one, I'm not as confident. I'm going to say 2-2 after 90 minutes, and we'll get the win in extra time. I have to back my boys, obviously. Cancelo seemed rather late on the uptake there to try and close Maximan down. But Issa Diop gets the ball away, and we shall deliver the ball into the middle. Jared Bowen whips it. Brandon Cooper could be up. It's Romelu Lukaku that's back there defensively. Atal quickly forward to Tyler Adams. Cooper through that gap. Joel Morris is seemingly the only man having chances for me. Oh, but he's pulled his shot wide of the post. Great movement from the young man. He's only tiny, especially against Issa Diop and Kalidou Koulibaly. He's going to have his work cut out here in that cam roll. But that was a poor finish. Angelino plays short by Ederson from that goal kick. I imagine City will be harder to play against than Burnley were in the FA Cup final. We gave Burnley the respect they deserved for earning their spot in the final, but they certainly didn't provide us with the test that we expected, having seen them beat Manchester United in the semi-finals on penalties. Dominguez has found our wow. We might be going 1-0 down here, and we are. City certainly deserve the respect and have more about them than Burnley, and we are 1-0 down in the 24th minute. I did actually foul someone on the edge of the box there, so they would have gotten a free kick had play continued. I tried to get the ball away from the man in the middle there. He got nailed. In fact, he almost looked like he got headbutted there as he played the ball through, but Aouar bursting past my defenders. Despite all of his attempts there, the sliding defender couldn't get to it, and he's buried the ball, and Pep is cheering. It's Houssem Aouar that's given Manchester City a 1-0 lead here. My prediction was 2-2 after 90 minutes, and for us to edge it in extra time. And the first of those 4 goals has found its way in. Atal down the line to Saint-Maximin. We have a game on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. A game that we're going to have to try and rise to. A challenge that we're going to have to try and rise to. But City are going to defend really, really well, I imagine. Jarrod Bowen could be played in, though. And if he has the space, he will bury it. The captain's armband for the very first time for Jarrod Bowen. And he's living up to it. Raising his performance levels to deal with the pressure of the captain's armband. And leading by example. What a finish. Gets inside Angelino. Has enough space to get his shot away and bends that beautifully into the top corner. We weren't behind for long. And Angelino, as soon as Bowen hit that, you can see Angelino grimace. He knew that was destined for the top corner. And Pep, after cheering a moment ago, is distraught. We're back level and we're only behind for 7 minutes. Joao Cancelo. Nice tackle by Atal, and Saint-Maximin played in, and I don't expect Dominguez to be able to deal with the pace of Alan Saint-Maximin. And we're getting in here. I do have options inside. Oh, it will find Tyler Adams. Oh. Cunha let the ball get behind him, and Tyler Adams could get the ball under control well enough to be able to create a chance. They've got Sané in behind here. Emerson's out of position, but thankfully he's just able to get back there to intercept the pass. Morris can't get away from Aouar. And Tyler Adams can't get to Dominguez either. He's struggling for fitness, actually, Dominguez. As is Joao Cancelo. Some of their players, City, aren't at full stamina here. That might play in our favour later on. Or, to be fair, they'll probably just sub them out for people that are fully fit a little bit later on. It's not like they have a shortage of quality in their squad. We'll look to get that in behind. And Saint-Maximin again will get away. But it's Joao Cancelo that's caught me there. Into John Morris. Cunha's round the corner, and he's found Mateus Cunha. Oh, deflected by Koulibaly, and over the bar it goes. Cunha thought that was on its way in. Can we get ourselves a chance from the corner? Brandon Cooper's up. He's headed it down into the grounds, but it's gone wide of the target. We're drawing at half-time. Now into Lukaku. Getting away from me. I see the run of Dominguez. Bernardo Silva gets Lukaku again, though, and he's got options here, Romelu, one of which is to pick out Yusuf Atal. Tarvery match. That could kill them off. Terrible mistake. I'll go one way to Adams to try and draw the defenders over there to then bring it back this way to whip the ball in. Oh, full stretch, Tyler Adams. He couldn't quite get there ahead of the keeper. I think it was definitely the right thing to do to try and stretch their defence like that. Can we win that with Yusuf Atal? Yes, we can. And Saint-Maximin will get to the ball first. And through that gap there is Weston McKennie. And Cunha this time does track the path of the ball. Oh, but he can't get it past Issa Diop to look for the run of Weston McKennie. And now we're on the back foot. Leroy Sané looking to get in behind. Thankfully, Brandon Cooper has 99 sprint speed. So Sané won't be able to race away from me. But they're playing the ball about nicely here. Lukaku out wide to Sané again, who's drifted wide now. Emerson out of position, but finds the ball at his feet, luckily. Cunha in there to McKennie. Emerson's pushed forward from right back here. He's on the run. I do have options in the middle, but they have defenders back too. But I see the man at the back post. Oh, but Saint-Maximin stopped running. Alain, you had so much room there. Why did you stop? It was he who I wanted to find there. Mateus Cunha's touch is heavy, but actually that helps him get away from a couple of defenders. Tyler Adams looks for Cunha again. Oh, Tyler Adams again. Touch past the defender and into the back of the net. In the 65th minute, we've turned it fully around. We lead in Dortmund. It's Leeds 2. Manchester City 1. I had to show patience there. All of the touches kept being a bit heavy and not necessarily going the way I needed them to. And Cunha's touch forced him too far wide, and Diop tracked the run well. That extra touch with Tyler Adams there, just to knock it out of the way of Koulibaly to open the angle for the shot. is what made that goal. Saint-Maximin did something similar yesterday in a game as well that scored us a very important goal. Tyler Adams in the 65th minute makes it Leeds 2, City 1. My 2-2 scoreline prediction is still on course. City have proven that they can score against us. We'll wait and see in the next 25 minutes if they can do that twice. Emerson through the gap to Jarrod Bowen, lays it off nicely to McKennie. Angelino is with me here, which means he's not in his defensive position. Jarrod Bowen with options. It is Cunha at the back post. I'll try and get there. He's done well to keep it down, but it wasn't anywhere near the target. I probably should have taken a touch there. Saint-Maximin's going off for Tyler Wright, and Tomori, who's struggling for stamina, is going off for big 6'7" Elliot Price. He's no slouch either, Elliot Price. He's got some pace behind him. And being 6'7", we've brought our own almost Koulibaly regen onto the field. He's even bigger than Kalidou Koulibaly. But wait and see which defenders set come out on top. So far, ours are the ones that have conceded least. It's still 2-1 with 14 minutes to go. There were no goals in the second half of the FA Cup final. I was waiting for that to bulge the net, to be honest. I think Pep Guardiola was as well. And that's Neymar in the background preparing himself. Lovely football from City. Great first time hit. Neymar is on. Presumably... Oh, no, it's Kingsley Coman. It's Kingsley Coman that's come on. I saw the hair and thought it was Neymar. It looked like him in the background there. But it's Kingsley Coman that's come on. But from their corner, we might catch them. Bowen on the far side is who the ball was intended for. But Tyler Wright's getting away here. He's off the bench, the youngster. He's turned away from the challenge. Can he find a teammate? Oh... No! Flashed across the goal mouth. And nobody there to tuck it home. All it needed was a simple touch from anyone, even a defender, to send it over the line. With 8 minutes to go, the game is still anyone's. But for the time being, we have our lead still. Nicolas Dominguez will slot through Bernardo Silva. He's come closest for City to this point, looking for their equaliser. Lukaku back to Nicolas Dominguez again. A good turn. He's kicked it straight against Tyler Adams, though, and fallen over, so he can't recover his position. But Pedro Porro has done brilliantly there. And I can't quite get it off him again. And Nicolas Dominguez has run straight into Yusuf Fatal. We're having to defend for our lives here to ensure we keep the ball. But keep the ball we are able to do to this point. Joel Morris through the gap. Joel Morris, the youngster, racing away. He's running out of stamina, Joel, but he's in here. Oh! And just as he winds up for this shot, Pedro Porro gets back with a big toe to poke it away. But time is running out for Manchester City. Lukaku flicks that on, but will only find Yusuf Fatal. And we should be able to see this out from here. Weston McKennie to Jarrod Bowen. They went 1-0 up. We showed the better character and turned it around. For the second season in a row, we do an FA Cup Europa League double. This season, we've won the treble, though, doing the the quadruple. I even forgot about the league in the FA Cup final episode I just recorded. I forgot to mention that. I was like, oh, we did the treble, the Carabao Cup, the Europa League, and the FA Cup. No, we've done a quadruple because we won the Premier League as well. How could I forget that? And we won the Community Shield, and we won the European Super Cup. Jarrod Bowen, who scored the goal to get us back in this game, will lift the trophy for us. 3 straight FA Cups, back-to-back Europa Leagues. Devastated to have got knocked out of the Champions League at the group stage, especially in the manner that we did. But we rallied, we went again, and we've won a European trophy for the second season in a row. And Bowen lifts it high. The English, on both sides, travel to Germany. But it's those from Yorkshire that come out on top. Leeds United 2, Manchester City 1. I nearly got my predictions spot on again. I got my scoreline correct at least. We scored 2 goals, and I'm thrilled with that. Now, we'll go back and have a season roundup at the end of this episode. And then from there, we will head into the next season, which will start tomorrow with all of the Champions League group stage. You will find out more about how I'm going to work the mini-series in tomorrow's episode, but it won't last more than 3 or 4 episodes. And then the Cambridge United Road to Glory will start. Jarrod Bowen waving the trophy about. Right, let's head back to the menus. Let's put the Leeds shirt back on and let's go and have a season roundup. And then we can think about Champions League for next season. So here we are then at the very end of Season 7. We'll have a quick roundup here to show you guys how all of the competitions went down for us and the other large competitions around Europe. And of course we'll have a look at our squad, see how everybody's grown, and I'll let you know what my initial plan is for transfers for next season. And I'll reiterate that at the beginning of tomorrow's episode. But first, let's have a look at the competitions that we were involved in. And of course, we won the Premier League this season. So top by 8 points in the end from Manchester City, who really balls it up. They were right with me until the final 5 or 6 games and then just fell off the edge of the cliff, unfortunately for them. Liverpool, Chelsea, Man United in 3rd, 4th and 5th, separated only by goal difference in each case. Relegated, oh dear, Swansea, oh dear indeed. 13 points for Swansea, the 2nd lowest points haul for any Premier League side in Premier League history. Crystal Palace on 23 points, not necessarily that much better. Brighton only went down on goal difference, unfortunately for them, so they'll be devastated. Wolves stay up on goal difference. The Community Shield, we won 2 trophies this season. The FA Cup, we won 3 trophies this season. The Carabao Cup, we won 4 trophies this season. Invitational Cup, we won, I count as 5 trophies this season. Oh, we lost to Atletico Madrid. I thought we'd won that. We lost to Atleti, so I will hopefully win that next year. The Champions League, the competition we got grouped in, was won by the team that grouped us. That makes me feel slightly better. They were unbelievable, AC Milan, and they won the final by 2-0 against Everton. The Europa League, we won today by 2-1 against Manchester City. The World Cup is currently ongoing. England top of their group, Italy top of their group, France top of their group, Brazil top of their group, Portugal top of their group, Germany top of their group, Spain top of their group, Argentina and the Netherlands joint top of their group. Oh, it's on a bit of a broken record there. Right, player stats. Orlan did get... Oh, he did get the golden boot. And look at the matches played as well. He missed more than half the season, or didn't play in more than half the season because of the rotated 11 as well as his big injury, but still won the golden boot. 21 goals in 18 games for the big Norwegian. Daniel Marlon had 12 in 31, so that shows how much the first 11 played, meaning that Orlan probably missed out on about 12 or 13 games. Marlon may have come off the bench in some substitute appearances for the rotated 11 as well. So Marlon's still chipping in with a handful of goals. Jared Bowen with 10 in the end as well. And surprised not to see Tyler Roberts on that list, although he does top the assist list with 13. In there as well is Jadon Sancho with 9. Didn't get as many goals as we might have hoped, but at least he chipped in with creating stuff. Daniel Marlon with 7 assists as well. Ederson got the Golden Glove. To be fair, if Stefan Engel hadn't gotten injured, he might not have won that Golden Glove anyway. 28 games, 14 assists. 14 clean sheets, sorry. So half. Ederson has, on average, more than a clean sheet every other game. So, to be fair, Engel would probably have just come second in that list. Fair play to Ederson. Well done. Disciplinary-wise, we don't really tend to get that many cards. Kubas, Cook and Hack all got sent off 3 times for their respective clubs. Pleased with the way that, well, I mean, other than the UEFA Super Cup and the Champions League, the season couldn't have gone better. The board, however, disagree. Apparently I've got £6.5 million in my wage budget right now. I don't need to offer any contracts. We will take that money across to next season. So objective-wise, youth objective didn't do them. Brand exposure, we did the first, but we haven't done the second, but that's more to do with not getting the right amount of prize money for finishing where you do in the league. Otherwise, we would have easily done that. Financially, no objectives. Domestically, we won both of those. And continentally, we got grouped in the Champions League, but of course did win the follow-up competition. But unfortunately, that's not registered in FIFA. If it was Football Manager, it would have been. And I'm sure the board would have been happier with my overall performance. So, we will have, joining us next season, 3 players. Those 3 players will be Ansu Fati, Oscar Melendo and Nicolo Barella. All on a free, arriving next season. Let me remove these guys from the list. So, what to do transfer-wise next year. What I'm going to do, because of the way that I'm recording ahead, Episode 1 of the next season will have all of the group stage in, and then I'll wait for your feedback after that first episode, and I'll buy players in January before going to the knockouts. Just because of the way that daily life is going for me right now, my daily schedule. I'm going to record ahead to that point. It suits the way that I'm recording, and then we'll take your feedback on board for transfers in January. Or I will sign the players in January for the transfer suggestions you leave in this video and tomorrow's video. The squad hub though. Castro up 1 to 82. Certainly performed better than Miller, I think. 3 clean sheets in 12. Miller got 4 in 9, but Castro's been just as good, if not better than Miller, I think, in overall play. So I'm quite happy with the way that he's grown. Miller up 1 as well to 82. I could sell Miller or Castro next season to raise some more money. Stefan Engel up 2 to 91. I still, unfortunately, haven't done that rainbow flick with him, have I? With those 5-star skill moves. But he's up to 91 rated and we'll be back for next season, obviously. Hakimi up 1 to 87. Malacia up 2 to 87. Our wing-backs looking superb. I genuinely don't even know where we can improve the first 11. Bradley Price, no growth from him, unfortunately, or a little bit individual stat-wise. Elliot Price up 1 to 72. Ben White up 1 to 88. Tamori, no growth from him this season overall, but a little bit of individual stat. Isaac Price up 1 to 72. Bradley Cooper up 1 to 80. Although physically he's incredible and technically he's pretty good in the tackle, to be fair. So he plays well above that rating. Eder Militao, no growth for him or decline at all at 28 years of age. Unfortunately, still out injured. 88 rated. Yusuf Fatal, I'd probably consider selling him now for next season and replacing him in the rotation 11. I think the rotation 11 is going to be the side that we look to improve. And of course, we've got those 3 new players coming in as well that we have to factor in. So I'll go into that in more detail tomorrow when they arrive at the club. Emerson is up 1 to 85. So he will probably continue as the backup right back. Calvin Phillips down 1 to 86. He's starting to decline, Calvin Phillips. So maybe Barella goes into the starting lineup, although maybe not. Tyler Adams up 1 to 87. I'm really disappointed to see Calvin Phillips drop, considering he played a lot of football this season. Annoyingly, because of all the competitions we were involved in, it doesn't actually show me his total. It doesn't fit, and there's no way for me to scroll. FIFA being FIFA. Tyler Adams played 50 games. Oh no, I guess you can see it on the left, can't you? But still, frustrating that it's not there on the right. 43 games played, 3 goals, 12 assists for Calvin Phillips. I don't think that's really fair for him to drop. I can't see what his average overall rating was. Tyler Adams up 1 to 87. No growth again for Renato Sanchez. 12 goals, 14 assists in all comps. But no growth. How is that fair? He's insane. He's so good. There is some individual stat growth, but nothing overall. I don't find that fair at all. I think he's been spectacular. Jamie Shackleton up 1 to 84. Weston McKennie, no growth for him. Still 86. Really pleased with his contributions when he came in. Tyler Roberts is up 1 to 89 now at 27 years of age. Tyler Roberts, easily one of the best players we've got right now. 18 goals and 20 assists in 43 games. Wonderful season for him. Jadon Sancho up 1 to 92 now. We bought him at 91 rated. He's now 92 at 26 years of age. 10 goals, 11 assists. To be fair, I would have liked more goals in the Premier League, but his performance in the Cup makes up for that. Specifically the FA Cup. 3 goals and 1 assist in 4 games. But I would have liked more goals from him in the Prem. But it is what it is. I don't tend to get many goals from my wide players, to be fair. Tyler Wright up 1 to 76. Jared Bowen, no growth from him, other than a little bit of individual decline, actually, at 29. But 21 goals and 4 assists in 38 games. Really like Jared Bowen. Really like Jared Bowen. Sam Maximin, 17 goal contributions in 27 games. He's gone down 1 as well. We noticed that earlier on in the season, actually. Joel Morris up 2 to 81. Erling Braut Haaland up 1 to 89. He scored 40 goals last year, but he played more games, of course, because of his unfortunate injury. 30 goals and 9 assists in 31 games. Thank you, sir. Donyell Malen. Did he grow? Up 2 to 88 rated now, Donyell Malen. A wonderful player. 21 goals, 13 assists in 51 games. Spectacular. Mateus Cunha up 1 to 86. He was brilliant as well. I very much enjoyed playing with him. 12 goals, 6 assists in 28 games. 8 in 13 in the Premier League with an average rating of 8 overall. And that rounds out that squad. So that's the situation of the team. Like I say, I will take on board your feedback and I'll take on board your transfer suggestions. But I won't be buying anyone until January next year. Albeit that will be episode 2. So it will still happen fairly soon on to in the series. And I don't normally sign people till episode 2 in a normal situation anyway. The Champions League mini-series will probably last 4 episodes at most if we get all the way to the final. So we shall wait and see how things pan out. I'd like to win it. This is the final, or it will be the final opportunity to win it. But it's at this stage, it seems almost not fair to the club to have won everything but that one trophy. We haven't done the club justice. We've only been in the Champions League 1 year of the 7 that we've played so far. So I want to have one more crack at it. But it will be in a mini-series. So that'll be starting from tomorrow and we'll run for 3 or 4 days. And then that will be it for this save. And we'll be starting there at Cambridge United. Thank you very much for your support on this series, guys. I know not everyone will watch the Little Champions League mini-series, so those of you that aren't going to watch it, I appreciate your support on this save very much indeed. I will see you at Cambridge United. Those of you that are going to watch the extra few little episodes for the mini-series, I will see you tomorrow.